Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Now listen, if you're an elite fighter, gun type, good type, then subscribe and press like. If not, I get it, you're a bum. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Um, listen, now I've been trying to tell people for a long time that Eli and Warren are stronger than people think they are. And Warren, I'm a huge Warren fan. So there is or was definitely some slight bias behind it. I will admit that. But I normally don't let my biases blind me. You know what I'm saying? So I still saw what was happening narratively, right? He got trained by Manager Kim, bro, and we know Manager Kim is supposed to be one of the most OP characters in the whole verse. So if that's the case, and he's getting trained by this guy, obviously he's gonna be elite. And he hasn't shown it fully until this fight against Jerry. Like, that's why I told you that he was about to one-shot Daniel. And Daniel knew that he was about to get one-shotted. He knew when he put CQC on, Daniel couldn't move, couldn't react. There was nothing he could do. He was gone or there and then. And people are like, no, it's just narratively implied that Daniel is not there yet. That's the point. That's why he has a whole ally crew. That's literally the point. He's not there yet, because if Daniel is there, then that means Zach is there. That means Vasco is there, and they're not there. Do you get me? Like, in stories, that's how like, come on. If Daniel is already stronger than Eli and Warren, like, what are we talking about? What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, there's so much of the story left before, like, he's nowhere near Gun and Goo and those guys yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really think, I don't think he's literally at the stage where Eli was years and years ago, when Eli learned how to fight from Gun. So yeah, he might be. I think he's more talented than Eli. I don't know about more talented, but he might be more talented than Eli. But because Eli, like, you know what I'm saying, Eli's good, he's really talented, but obviously Daniel is a blank canvas, and he learned from UI body Daniel as well. So you know what I'm saying, he is OP. But the main question I want to ask is Warren stronger than Eli? Warren seems to think he's stronger than Eli, the same way that Jerry seems to think he's stronger than Jake. Now, I think Jerry doesn't quite believe that anymore. Like, I think he did, but, like, I don't think he fully does anymore. And I think the main reason I think Jerry thought he was stronger than Jake was because when Jake fought Gun, and he came through after, Gun couldn't, like, keep him on the ground. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's a factor that plays. That's various things playing in that case. That's adrenaline. That's him obviously wanting to save his best friend. And listen, we've seen mothers in real life lift a car because they gotta save their child type shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a guy on the news that climbed up a 19-story building, picked up his paralyzed mother, and carried her back down. Like, you know what I'm saying? A 19-story building, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's just stuff like that happens, right? I'm not saying that the narrator or the author taught it like that, but I think we can reasonably assess that that's the situation. And so I think that's where we get that kind of ominous feeling of, like, is Warren stronger than Eli? He seems to think so, and I can't really blame him considering the training he went through, and Eli wasn't really fighting. So I would actually probably side with Warren on that. But I think with Jake and Jerry, it's slightly different because Jake never stopped fighting. When he went to prison, he got way, way, way stronger in there. And I think when he came out, I think he might have been slightly ahead of Jerry. It's a hard contest. It's hard to say. It's hard to really fully, because we never seen the two of them fight the same opponent, right? Going all out type shit. Obviously, we saw the aftermath of Gun versus Jake, but we don't know what happened in the fight. We only saw Jerry surviving Gun, but again, we didn't see the fight, so we don't really know who did better. And again, Jerry collapsed after type situation, but he just stood his ground for the sake of Jake type shit. So, and I think that's kind of what makes it kind of iffy. But then we saw in this previous chapters, Daniel himself said that fighting Eli now is not possible. He is too strong. He literally said he's too strong for me to deal with right now. He literally said it. He's too strong for me to deal with. And if I have to deal with him, I'm not making it to my mission. So that's why Vasco is like, I will fight him, I will distract him, and Yusuf. And Vasco is gonna get demolished, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't see Vasco really surviving this because Vasco is just not on the level of Jerry or Warren. I just don't see him surviving Eli at all. I think Eli will decimate him. I really think the realistic option is for them to tag team Eli, but it's looking like Warren is about to smack the brakes off of Jerry because he just unlocked some new CQC type shit. But I think he always had these things in the bag, but I think he just never used it fully because he never needed to. But now they're kind of in a desperate situation here. If they lose here, their family's in trouble, so they can't. You know what I'm saying? Last time they had Samuel for help, and it was tag team, so they didn't need to fully go out as long as they won. Here, they know that these kids are a threat. These kids will become more powerful than them at some point. So they have to, if they're going to take care of them, now or never type situation, really. So, but so far, the good guys have overcome everybody that they faced. I don't see Vasco overcoming Eli whatsoever. The only way Vasco wins is Warren. I think if Warren beats Jerry, while Vasco is getting his ass beat, Warren attacks Eli and knocks him out from a sneak attack and lets them go. You know what I'm saying? Because Warren has the most outs, you know what I'm saying, out of the two. Eli, he feels like it's his fault that his family keeps getting in trouble. That's one of the reasons he left Hostel in the first place. He came back, they were finally happy, and of course more shit happens because his life is just an absolute tragedy. Like it's crazy. Warren's is too, to be honest, but I think he deals with it better. He also doesn't have a daughter, you know what I'm saying, but I think he deals with it better because also he wasn't quite as directly involved in some of the circumstances that caused some of the fiasco that happened to them, you know what I'm saying. So it's, I'm liking where the story is at. Obviously this whole thing is, Lookism, it always be dragging these things. Like, we didn't need half the chapters of the fat guy trying to find a fucking root for them or all of that shit. Like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. That's what you always get. But who do you guys think is stronger, Warren or Eli? Because I think Warren, because of that CQC, I think he's stronger. But I think Eli, I don't know if Eli is more durable. I don't think he's more durable than Warren either, to be honest. I think Warren is definitely more durable. Like, the hits he was taking off of Jerry there was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was taking some abuse right there. But, and like, Jerry thought that was his one-shot KO. He hit him with the left, right, hook, left, right, hook, like a million times. And Warren just tanked that shit. Now, we knew Warren was a tanker for time. Even manager Kim was impressed by him when he fought him in the elevator with Samuel. He was like, okay, you guys are impressive. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was with Samuel. I can't remember who he was with in the elevator, but when he fought him, he liked that this guy has endurance. Like, he's willing to push his body to the limits. And I think we forget that sometimes because we love the MC. We want Daniel to be the strongest in the world. He might end up being that, sure, but he's just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? The verse is just being expanded recently enough. Lookism is not finishing for another 10, 15 years, guys. You know what I mean? There's plenty of time for our boy Daniel to become the OP guy. He's just not there right now. But you guys, who do you guys think is stronger between Eli and Warren? I think Warren right now. I think I've said it before and I got cooked in the comments. The same way I said that Eli is stronger than Daniel. Like, this Daniel, not obviously super body Daniel. Whether this Daniel goes UI or not, I don't think it's that relevant. I think he loses. I mean, he might win with his UI, but I think it's close. It's not, I don't think it's as. But again, we have to remember that Eli fights dirty. Like, he will stab you, he'll bite you. Daniel, he's sneaky, but he's not dirty. You know what I'm saying? So we have to put that into consideration. But I think Warren beats this Daniel for certain. UI or no UI, I think this Warren beats this Daniel right now. Not super body Daniel, of course, because super body Daniel is super. But we know, because from a few chapters ago, Daniel and whoever he goes with next to the next stage is gonna get knocked out by this big monstrous guy, and this is just a flashback of what happened in between. So we know Daniel is gonna leave Eli to Vasco and get knocked out. and then I think he's gonna wake up in his other body and maybe try to defeat that guy. So, I don't think our new Daniel's, the regular Daniel, I don't think is gonna do as much as you guys might want him to do in this arc. But that's just what I think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It's been your boy Supreme Uchiha, the God. So, hey, again, like I said, if you're a gun, you're a goo, you're a James Lee, then obviously you're gonna like and subscribe and leave a comment. But listen, if you ain't got the sauce, I get it. Bums exist. I'm out.